Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is the AWS Zero to Master series. As you are aware, we are focusing on the AWS cloud and services on this playlist. So basically, if you can remember in the previous session, we learned about that AWS available storage type for the EC2. Along with that, we discussed more on that EBS and the multi-attach, and we have been created that EBS volume on the console. So in today's session, we are going to discuss about the AWS instance store. This is the one of the concept we need to be note when we are going to be create that EC2 with instance store. Like there will be like multiple disadvantages and advantages also there. So we will discuss more on this today's session. So basically that instance store means nothing but it is a temporary block level storage. So we can consider as that a temporary storage and we can use it for that temporary purpose only. So maybe if you can wonder that why we are calling the temporary storage for this instance. So like this, basically this disk has been attached into the physical host computer. So if anything happen on that physical computer level, like that the disk will be like gone. So that's the reason they are they are providing as the temporary storage. So, and another one more point we need to be noticed, this instance store disk, like we can get it when we are launching the instance. So if you need to be create a instance store volume separately, it's not possible. At the time of launching the instance only, we can create a instance store. So there will be some kind of use cases and the disadvantages is there for that instance store level. We will see it in that one by one. So basically the disadvantages we can tell in case if any of the EC2 instance running on that AWS with the instance store backed volume, what will happen in case if you are doing that EC2 stopping or terminating or hibernate, that is one of the another concept. Whatever the data available on that instance store, those data will be erased by default. So basically, this is the one of the disadvantages. So you can't retrieve the data. So be sure about that when you are going to work it on that with the instance. So, and apart from that, in case if you are rebooting your data, the data will be persist. That will not erase anything. Apart from reboot, if you are doing anything, the data will be gone. So basically, that if you are going to be use that any long time workload or else any kind of critical workload production environment, these instance store volume will not be help us. So basically that data will be erased at the any point of time. So we need to be ensure that. So along with that, this volume will be support only for that NVM instance, NVM based instance type. So, for example, that M5D large is one of the NVM based instances. Here we can attach. Normally, the T2 micro, T3, T2 medium that will not support that instance store volume. So basically, the use cases when we are going to be like to use it with the temporary storage or any like a big data analysis for the temporary purposes, any development environment we are going to be tested, we can just create that EC2 with the instance store. So that's all about the basics of instance store. We will see it on the portal how we can create the instance store on the EC2. So we will see. I'm just quickly opening the screen console. So, like basically, AWS providing the documentation for that instance store. So the instance store documentation, I'll just paste this link on this command section. So maybe if you can get it if you need that more details about that. So as I mentioned, this instance store volume we can attach at the time of launching the instance. Apart from that, we can't attach the this instance. So along with that, they are providing that at what are the stages that we can get the data. So along with that, you can the lifetime also you can get it. I'll just paste this all the documentation in that comment section. Maybe you should be get it more on this. So now what we are going to do, we are going to be check it how we can create that instance store back to the EC2 instance on the today's session. So to create that instance store back to EC2 instance on the volume level, you can't see those options. If I can click on that volume, just to create a volume. This is the this process we have been discussed about that in the earlier session. In case if you need, you can just look into those videos. You can see we can see that whatever the EBS level only we can see it. This is basically volume providing the EBS. So when we are going to be creating instance with EC2, as I mentioned, when we are launching the instance only, we can get that instance out, right? So to do that, just click on the launch instance. So here, I'm not going to be launch any instance. I'm just going to be showcasing how we can create that instance store back the volume. So that is the motto of this today's session. So I'm just going to be the demo session and just Amazon Linux. So I'm just going to be select as 32 micro. So Ubuntu. So here, apart from that, I'm not going to be change anything. Here you can see that the like volume. By default, it will become at the GP3 only. In case if we can see like if I'm expanding that this span, like we can see that this is basically the GP3. Why it is coming? Basically, I'm selected at the T2 micro. This will not support that instant store backed volume. As I mentioned, the instant store backed volume will be support in the some kind of instance with the NVM device. So basically, that one of the device M5D lost. So if I can change those type, I just selecting that instance type M5D lost. So if I can go into that, yeah, you can see the volume is that M5D launch. This is one of the like NVMe based back. So if you can see here, one of the option called instant store volume. So this is the way we can get it like whenever we are selecting that instance type based, it will be reflect. So you can see like show details and volume 2 you can just like if you can expand basically this is a ephemeral device and we can get it that maximum 75 GB by default. And apart from that you can IFs also not required and the encryption also not required. This one also not applicable. Basically it will become by default. So this is the way we can like create the instance store backed EBS, sorry, instance store backed storage. We can attach into that EC2 level. So the other to mount that volume into that EC2 instance, that is a normal case only. Like you can get it the documentation on the based on the OS flavor, we can get it. But still, if you required, if you need any help to mount those volume inside that EC2 level, just feel free to leave a comment. I'll just take you up that separate session. Since we need to be like a focus on the multiple services, so that's the reason like I'm just skipping. But like I'm okay with that if you need any kind of session for that to mount the volume. So basically, that's all about the instant store back. As I mentioned, I'm not going to be create a mission, so that is the easy process only. Okay, so if you need, you can just like try to create a mission with the F5D large. It will be okay, but since it will not like cover under the free tier, so be sure about that. So that's all about the today's session. So once again, thanks for watching my channel. And if you have any doubts on this session, just feel free to leave a comment. And if you are like if you are enjoying my session, please do like and subscribe my channel so that it will motivate me to do the more videos on that. So thank you once again, and we'll see you in the upcoming session.